Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I am starting another new series. It is about time that we get another EU4 series rolling since the other ones are getting quite far along. So today I've decided to play as Muscovy, another country updated in the recent patches with a new mission tree and some new mechanics. So I am pretty excited to make my way on this in this campaign. I do have Muscovy's achievements. I don't have triple Rome, but that one I don't know if I want to do that on a video because I feel like that's going to be quite complex, having to shift religions and whatnot and do it as a large country. But I will definitely be playing as Muscovy. So we start off with the Tartar Yoke. We are a tributary state of the Mongol Horde. Until the province of Sarai is no longer owned by a horde, we will get minus 0.5 prestige per year, and we will be forced to pay a yearly tribute to the Great Horde as long as this modifier is active. So that is something we definitely are going to want to get taken care of pretty much early on. Our missions don't really restrict our ability to mess with our estates too much. I know once we become Russia, we have to adjust our estates and deal with them at that point, but until then, I am just going to kind of do my own thing. We are going to start off with Religious State, Primacy of the Boyars, and Land of Commerce, just for those extra mana points. We can afford to stab up now, so let's get one stab going early on so that we are going to start accruing some prosperity in our lands. Now, we could summon the die, but it's not really necessary, so I'm just going to go ahead and seize land. I want to keep our Boyar influence in check, because we are going to want to revoke this when we get the opportunity to. So that is something we definitely want to deal with early on. The Cossack Estates, I'm not going to use any of the new privileges. The looting speed isn't that intriguing to me. Land maintenance affecting only Cossack regiments only works if we have the Cossack regiments active. The automatic completion of their state agendas, that might not be too bad of a choice, but I'm not sold on it. An army reformer, not great either. Freedom of the Steppes, province governing cost at the expense of minimum local autonomy. Maybe, but not really. I will definitely be going for the prime herding rights. The manpower versus the tax is fine. We'll definitely be recruiting Cossack leaders as well, which will give us more army tradition per year plus land leader shock on our units, as well as Cossack self-governance. Now that is going to leave us at 48. We're going to have to fiddle with the state a little bit to make sure we're able to seize land as it goes, but I don't want to do it too much. I don't want to do anything else too much to make them a little better off. We might get Cossack regiments later on, but I'm not sure. Let's definitely go with the... I stabbed up so we can go with the advisory boards. I do like the cheaper advisors. I think they are useful for us for gaining an advantage early on in the game. And then for the burghers, I do want to give out the burgher financial demand. The plus 10% national tax modifier is going to be very useful for us early on. I would like to give out the burgher economic freedom, but I think we're not going to have the space for it, and trade's not super important for us early on either. I'm definitely going to want to go indebted to the burghers. That early money is going to be absolutely useful for us. And then we'll also go for patronage of the arts. Now that puts us at 45. Let's do the patriarchs next. So I probably want to go for clerical education to offset the penalty we're going to get to that we have to our reform progress growth here. And then Let's see, what else can we go for? We're already at 40. I guess I'll just go oversight for the Patriarch to get that to 50. And then we just need to deal with the Boyars. Now, the Boyars are already at 54% on their equilibrium. I don't know if there's anything that would be really worth adding on top of this. Supremacy of the Crown. That would make it even harder to revoke anything from them. Diplo annexation costs. We're going to need this at some point, but that's what I wanted to put on. So we could either go early serfdom or increased peasant freedom. Increased peasant freedom would help us with institution spread, but it would hurt our national manpower, which, even though we are quite strong in national manpower as Russia, I think I'm going to go early serfdom. I have no idea how bad the peasantry is brought into serfdom will be. But we're going to go ahead and do it. So early serfdom gives us a huge boost to our effects there. The peasants will rise up against Muscovy. That's not surprising, but we should be fine. And then the other one I am tempted to give out because the Boyars do have quite a bit of land under their control, but we also have a lot of forts. And this would give us quite the boost to our Boyar loyalty by giving out expand fortifications. So yeah, I think I will expand fortifications as well. And we still have one more slot if we want to do anything. Our influence from them is quite high, but we should be able to handle that. So I think that's about all we're going to do with the estates. As I said, I'm going to avoid summoning the diet to avoid increasing the influence of the estates too high. Let's do our rivals. So we will definitely rival Denmark, Lithuania, and Novgorod. We'll be going to war with Novgorod very early on, and we also have missions to go into Sweden as well as into Lithuania, so we'll do what we can there. We need to do our advisors, so we need to get to 10 admin points per month. So I think we're just going to go ahead and just go for the cheapest advisor we have there, which will allow us to take this once we get our force limit up. I am going to recruit mercenaries for this. So we need to get it to 80%. I think the free company is going to be enough. The Novgorod company would give us a siege general, but only a 1 siege general. And he'd be a little more expensive. I think I'm still going to take that. So let's recruit him. And then we're going to get our other armies up in position. We can go ahead and slap the Protect Trade Edict on Moscow for now. And I could consecrate a couple metropolitans early on to give us the ability to use a icon, and I think I might go for the icon of St. Michael right away. That extra discipline in our early wars will give us quite the advantage, so I think we will go for St. Michael. Let's see, so we got this. This event will come up at some point. We're going to annex these guys at some point. And we're going to build churches at some point, and then eventually we will form Russia, so we're all good on those estates. I don't want to do the Advancement of Religion Act, because the institution spread is going to be penalizing for us, especially since we're going to be a little off on the institution anyway, although we're going to be developing them. We're going to grow quite large, quite fast. No, I'm going to hold off on it. Alright, so we did that. I could consider giving out some of these other ones, but the discipline might be worth it. Let's go for the discipline as well. We're going to be in a little bit of a money issue, but that is fine. Now, We're going to have quite the strong army because we're going to have our own army plus all of our subjects. I'm not really going to look to expand militarily too quick. Well, I'm not going to look to get allies because we're not going to have too many countries. If you look here, Livonian Order, they're an early target. Ryazan, early target. Odiev, Tver, not too many options. But we can definitely ally Odiev because I can vassalize them. And I do like the idea of just bringing them in peacefully instead of having to go through all the effort. Are there any countries that would be close to allying us that would be worth our time? Wallachia and Georgia would just be issues. Moldavia is going to get eaten real fast. Yeah, no one else is really screaming at me like they would be useful. And most of them would draw us into early wars. The only one that I might consider would be Bohemia. But, yeah, we'll build up relations with Bohemia because they could be useful against the Polish if the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth does happen. So let's do that. Okay, our armies are going to move into position. I could recruit a general, but we'll see where we stand. We're going to get one with our Merc Company. Alright, so we can rally the army. And Muscovite administration adaptation happens. So with this event, we can either go with permanent claims on everything, and all of our mission trees will continue to give us permanent claims forever from now on, or we can change all of our permanent claims to non-permanent claims, which is a little rough because it's going to put a time frame on our expansion, but we get an extra diplomat, we get core creation cost reduction, we get claims bordering claims, we can claim entire states, and there's no additional claim costs. So I think overall this is the better option. Sure, we don't have the permanent claims and we'll have to establish claims later on, but I'm already planning on going for espionage as an idea group, especially considering we'll have all these bonuses to claiming provinces. Sure, espionage also now gives you the ability to claim entire states, but so that will be a little negligible, but we'll get a diplomat. Third diplomat's going to be super useful, so yeah, I think that is just the better route to go. So now we'll have claims on quite a bit. That is a lot to conquer in 25 years, considering aggressive expansion and everything, but it does give us the claims on the people we need right away. So, okay. You guys are still moving up there. You can protect them while they're vulnerable. We are in a little bit of a debt, but it's not that big of an issue. Novgorod still has no allies. Ryazan is still a tributary. Tver still has no allies. So Tver and Novgorod are my early targets. Once we get a little bit more of a power base, we can go after the Great Horde. But they're already allied to Uzbek, so they're going to be rough. We're going to need to attack Ryazan and to bring the Great Horde into a conflict pretty simply. So let's let time go by. We'll get up to December 11th. Guaranteeing the independence of Tver, I don't really care about that. We can go ahead and take the royal marriage from Odiev because we're going to want that anyway. And then let's make Novgorod our target in this war. And let's get this started. Now then, we're going to need to keep an eye out on where the Novgorodians will end up. We can send in our guy here. We'll send these guys in. We'll send you up here. We will start sieging these guys down. There's that peasant revolt we were looking for. I can send this army to deal with it. I'm actually going to... Oh, I do have a general. Never mind. We'll send our general down to deal with them down here. Boyars want more taxes. That is going to be costly for us, but I am going to go ahead and take it. Let's go ahead and crush this revolt. As I said, we should be able to hand that pretty easily. Our fort will take it back, so there is no reason to sit on that. And hopefully our subjects don't get completely obliterated by the Novgorodians, but let's be honest, they probably will. If they continue to fight like that. I'm just going to pay the tribute for now. I don't know what would happen if we don't pay it, but I don't want to find out. Odiev, we should be improving relations with. I forgot to start that. Let's get that going. And let's also go ahead and start building up a spy network on the Great Horde, not the Golden Horde, the Great Horde. And as soon as we take this fort, we'll go ahead and take the extra admin points early on. Expanding the prikaz. So 25 streltsy progress, 25 streltsy progress for that. Or we just take the military power. I'm just going to take the military power now because the streltsy no longer spawns you aliens from outer space that are in Russian uniform. It is just a boost to manpower and such for your country. Okay, that was kind of rough to do. I should have been a little more careful there, but that's fine. Okay, we took down Luki. We need to get the rest of this all under our control. These guys are fleeing to the wilderness, so we'll send you up here. We'll send you over here. And as soon as we have them full siege, we can piece them out. Alright, so we'll go ahead and pay the tribute once more. And then we are going to recall this guy. It's going to take 18 days to get here. And then we are going to piece them out. We are going to go for this peace deal. We're going to take their border with Sweden and Norway, so nobody gets involved with them. And I think we'll take Novgorod too, because it is a pretty good province. And then I'm going to take money, because we are... What province can I take and still get full money? We won't take Novgorod. We can always re-siege it. Isn't one of these our core? That's a claim. I thought we had a core somewhere. Right here. We'll take our core as well, so we can save a little bit of money there. And then I can even take some more reps to ease our financial burdens. And then we simply core all of that. We can bring all of our boys home. And then we immediately jump on Tver. Now Tver's allied to Novgorod and Ryazan. Novgorod would help out. If I attack Ryazan, we can take Tver in the war as well. You know, actually I do like the idea of getting right back to war with Novgorod. But, you know what? Can I take all of... Well, I don't want to take... Okay, this is a little bit of a complex issue. The Great Horde is going to be an issue if I do this. Do I attack Ryazan directly? I could take either one of them in a separate piece. While I'm fighting Novgorod, though, I'm surprised they would help. But while I'm fighting Novgorod, I couldn't... Let's let our armies come back a little bit closer. We can see if Novgorod changes their mind. Sweden wants me to support their independence. I could, but that would cause us issues. Who are Denmark's allies? Oldenburg and Lübeck? You know what? I will, because I would like them to become independent, but I do not want to actually help for it. But with my quote-unquote might, comboed with their power, we should be okay. Odiev, we are going to keep working on improving relations with them. Can I get that alliance with Bohemia? Yes, I can. So let's get that alliance together. We'll go ahead and take the mercantilism. Start getting our royal marriages together there. Supporting independence of Sweden did cost us a little bit. That's fine, though. We'll make it work. Okay, the key to this is going to be getting Novgorod out early. Actually, they're not going to defend them anymore, so that solves my issue, and we can get the Great Horde involved without having to do that. It would have been nice to get Novgorod to shorten that truce, but nah, we'll just do this. So get in here. You get over here. You can get onto their capital. Patriarch authority or money. Now, we used up our Patriarch authority already. I could take the money, or I could just... I'm just going to take the Patriarch authority. That'll be fine. We can go ahead and royal marry Bohemia. That's also fine. We are going to have to deal with their armies at some point soon. Let's head you down to Kashmir. And you can go down as well. And I'm actually going to take another general on, just to help out with the strength of our army. I'm going to send you up this way, and you can just make your way over here. And let's improve our relations a little bit faster with ODF so we can get them as a subject. Yeah, there we go. We got them off of that fort. These guys have gone all the way up here. Let's get on to Ryazan and see what we can do there. Let's get military access offered to here. And then we are just about to vassalize them. There we go. Take them on as a vassal. That's another nation to help us out in the short term. And we're going to start consolidating the armies because we cannot really afford to have them. And here we go. Break you down, consolidate you, bring you back towards the Great Horde. Let's get you up here. Oh, they're going to rush for that army, huh? Of course they are. Alright, while this battle's going on, I am going to get ourselves a new mercenary company. The Grand Company would be a little rough on us, but I think we will be okay. Let's consolidate this army once more. Like I said, we need to keep ourselves in check. We need the mercenary company up here. And where are these guys fleeing to? Take the Diplo points, that's fine. Oh, you know, I didn't think about England being involved in the 100 Years' War either. Hopefully Burgundy's enough to help them break free. If not, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to get too involved in that conflict. Okay, the Kremlin. We could spend Boyar loyalty and manpower, which we don't have, to upgrade it, which might be the choice. Local development cost. You know, we don't have the manpower, so we can't lose it, right? Here, I'm going to spend it to get the Boyar loyalty up. That is fine. That'll actually let us revoke this already. It is costly, but I'm doing it. Let's revoke it. Let's get our stability back up. And let's start rooting out our corruption. Like I said, very expensive. Obviously, very expensive. But I think it is super worth it for us. Now, the primary target of this is Kashin. Oh, I used Rostov's war goals. That's fine. It doesn't matter. So we're going to annex Ryazan, obviously. Take as much money as we can from them. We'll get all of that coring up. At least as much of it as we can. We are going through quite a few rough patches early on, but they will be well worth it. I need to keep an eye out on the Great Horde's army. I know they're floating around somewhere. And I just don't want them to ambush us when we're super vulnerable. I would like for our subjects to siege down this fort. If I support them here, they should do it for us. I would hope. The Miracle of Life is good. Oldenburg has peaced out from Sweden. And as I said, I am not concerned at all with anything going on over here. If they can break free, it would be a nice bonus. But I don't think they will be able to. Okay, there they go. Thank you, my loyal subjects. Okay, here comes the Great Horde's armies. Foreign quarters. Neva gets thriving merchant community or local trader strengthened. We'll go with the trade power. It's not going to do a whole lot for us, but we'll take it. Grant export licenses. Yes, I need that tax power, please. Yeah, everything we can do to boost that ability would be great. Okay, Tver has been sieged down. I can just pull you guys off of there. Lubeck has peaced out, so yeah, it is down to this. Sweden is looking like they're going to get their independence, which is nice. England is helping them out because they've kind of given up on the conflict in Germany, it would seem. Or France, it would seem. I can go ahead and pull this off, and here's what we need to do now. We need to start really getting ready with our subjects to get them annexed. So I'm going to definitely improve relations with Pskov since we can't royal marry them, so they are going to be a little harder to annex easily. And then I'm also going to send just these two to... We can support independence of who? Of Geneva. Don't care. Subjects. So they'll just jump around to whoever they can. Still no sign of the Great Horde's armies. I can probably just piece them out. I'm not planning on taking anything. Owned by Muscovy or its non-tributary subjects. Does not have the modifier Tartar Yoke. War score cost is less than. So we actually need to take this fort, so we'll wait. Please get up there and deal with them. I can't afford to repay those loans right now, so we're just going to let them go. Take that back as quickly as we can. Take a look over here. Novgorod separatists are coming next, so we'll hang out up here, away from everything. I always go for the production on that event. Would very much like if they could finish this siege. So Denmark will grant independence to Sweden. Denmark will cede Lund, Holland, Ganj, Bleking, Vestland to Sweden. Norway will cede Orkney to England. Norway will cede Jutland, Uppland. Wow, Sweden. Wow, impressive showing. Very impressive showing, Sweden. And we got favors with you? Not much. I'm just going to go ahead and dissolve the alliance. They do have quite the alliance block that's an issue, but that is fine with me. I'm not planning on staying with Sweden. We will take care of them separately. And if we can get this siege done quickly, I would appreciate it. Especially before Sarai gets retaken. That would be ideal. There we go. So now we can break the Tartar Yoke, which will give us some more stability. And we could look to take a couple provinces, maybe get a border with Crimea, but they have quite an alliance network, so I'm definitely going to take money. Other than that, we need to subjugate Kazan first. So I think I'm just going to take money from them and call it a day. Take war reps, we'll take trade power, end a rivalry, get some prestige going. Basically, we need to re-establish establish our strength in this region. We're going to take Tver. Novgorod's the only country that hates us for any reason. We can go ahead and core all of this. We'll go ahead and consolidate Russia, which will give us some boosts. That is fine. Go ahead and rival Poland. They're our only option. They did take the personal union, so we will need to go into them at some point. So Kazan is our next main target, but we need to first... We have a rebel army. Oh, they must have just spawned. Alright, so let's get you guys a general. 3 siege guy, huh? He might be better off on this stack because they will be doing the sieging. And we'll give you guys this guy. Okay, so Crimea and Chagatai, that's a little rough, not gonna lie. Yeah, Chagatai will come eventually. Maybe we'll do this in the next one. So we have done quite a bit to establish ourselves. Let's go ahead and... I guess we will finally summon a diet. And we can go with the burger agenda, which is telling us to... We're here. Slap a little encourage development edict down. Do a little deving. Get some more money in our pockets. One thing I think I forgot to do early on that I meant to do is boost this. That'll give us a little bit more money to work with. That would have helped earlier on, but that's fine. We can finally seize land from our estates with ease. We could also start looking at removing some of these other ones, but actually I like all of those, so we are fine with those. Now we will be doing the Annex Edict later on. But yeah, I think that's a good place to end this episode. So if you like the episode, I'd appreciate a like. If you really like the episode, I would appreciate a subscription, and I really hope to see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.